of liking some of the.
You were saying?
I'm liking some of the stuff that Raph is doing with having his content preloaded and then the live session being a discussion. So I think I might do a blend of that. But I plan on having the recordings be available so that after, if anybody misses it, they can kind of get the whole lesson in a video format and kind of see the questions that everybody asked. Because a lot of my course material is going to be delivered in the 1 hour session. But I may adjust that and do some of it ahead of time. If it's like a really in-depth topic, I may do some course documentation ahead of time and then have the hour for us to discuss. So kind of taking some pointers from Raph and then kind of seeing what works for everybody, because if the discussion portion is way more important in the 1 hour week, then I might just, try to prioritize that.
And we'll see as we start scaling this. There's a lot more people in the group where, it'd be better for everybody to talk, or just when you have more people, they're going to ask probably the same questions. One person may be able to ask, somebody else may not want to ask, but really wants to know the answer to it. So it really comes down to seeing, like you said, what works.
So quick joint. What I just realized happened was the calendar invite inside Alchemy, the one that you left your comment, Raphael, on today. The date for that is set for Tuesday the 21st.
And today is only the
14th. That's probably why there aren't more people in on this right now, because I was confused too. We can still chop it up. That's probably why there aren't more people in on the Zoom.
Well, actually, hold on, let's go to past. So if you go to past events, yeah.
That's why everybody's like, crickets.
Exactly. It's the whole gang of crickets. That's what it was.
But this is the meeting before the meeting.
Hey, listen, I'm cool with we here. So now that we here, like what can we get into? Also, how is my sound quality?
Sound quality, talk to me one more time.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
It's good.
Okay, cool. I'm trying out this new mic because I got sick of switching phone to headphone, having like screens open because I'm using one for the video and one for the audio.
Is it
way better than past Zoom lives?
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, no, because I got sick of people being like, "Yo, Jay, I can't hear you." So
you know what I've been doing just on a. I'm gonna get a different accountability partner for every different section. So for our Vel section, I'm gonna get an accountability partner for our Vel section. I'm gonna get an accountability. I already asked Mike Brown to be my accountability partner with Raphael because I know fitness is one of his goals. But with any new thing, and you guys know this, it's gonna be a build. It's gonna be a build. Like I said, I think these men are gonna hit a point now where it's just like, all right, they stop tagging me in the push-up challenge. They stop, folks stop checking in on me because they're dealing with their own shit. I want to start a business. I don't know how to do it. I need some guidance. So I think that it's just gonna really, if we just stay at it, reaching out to people, making sure that they commit. Maybe JD, Manny, and myself should all get different accountability partners for the different sections. The members as well, getting different accountability partners. We talked about that. And just really just making this thing a rhythm. We haven't officially announced Alchemy by MasterMind Connect via the press yet. We actually have a call today. Oh, shit. What time is that call?
We got time.
Okay. Yeah, we got time.
We got time for it. All right, check. Yeah, it's like an hour after this is supposed to end. 30 minutes till after this is supposed to end.
So, there's a whole bunch of other stuff we're going to do. We have some new members in there. I have new member calls. And what I'm going to do with my new member calls is just get them to sign up, based on what they're looking for the most, especially. So if one of the members are looking to stay in shape and get their mind right, I'm going to push them over to Raphael. If they're looking for business game, I'm going to push them over to Arvel. sign up for everything if you can, but I'm going to try to focus on what it is they need help with. So I have 2 calls lined up so far.
Would that work like as a polling thing or just asking the person individually?
While we still can, I'm taking new member calls. If I don't, maybe I misunderstood the question, but I was taking new member calls that really, really give that personal touch for when people come in. Because sometimes when members come in to Alchemy or just MasterMind Connect, they can feel a little lost and don't know where to get their footing.
Yeah, you answered the question. Makes sense.
Okay.
And I mean, it's like I think with the accountability aspect, we'll start to see if we should find it a way to do it a week before we release the content or even before like the school starts, just to be like, hey, what is it that you need help with? These are some people within the same classes or something along those lines, you know?
Right.
You guys can chime in on that. I'm just spitballing here.
Well, Arvel, I definitely think for you, you have something coming up tomorrow, correct? So maybe,
Yeah.
we need to start posting stuff and just, giving guys a reminder. You saw that poll that I posted yesterday?
Yeah.
Which one?
Those are scheduled posts. The question of the week happens every Monday at around 10:30 a.m. So you can see how many guys in there just felt like, they didn't really know. They moderately knew about money. So maybe even the guys that are there, I shot a bunch of guys DMs yesterday, Karam, or just all the members that are in the app about signing up for the Be Well, Stay Well program. So it definitely is going to be that, hey man, I'm doing this, would love for you to view.
Yeah, I started I started direct messaging people, kind of like what you said. I have a little blurb introducing the course, letting them know when it is. I have one for people who have themselves titled as entrepreneurs or business owners, and then I have one for people I have no clue. I'm just like, if you have any entrepreneurial inclinations, you may want to attend this course. It's Be Well. It's 1 hour. And kind of give a little overview. I was primarily just focusing on the new users, but I have not targeted like MasterMind Connect members yet.
I do like what Mike is saying about the seeing how we can just make life easier for us on the automation end with just letting people know.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow we have a Q&A. Make sure you're caught up with the course, with the videos. And then in the morning, hey, live is at whatever time your live is. And then say thank you after that, so that it's just continuous and we just schedule it every week like what Mike has and then keep it moving.
Yeah, I'd like to learn how to schedule because I'd like to do a touch base on Wednesday mornings before, and then I'd like to do a touch base on Friday mornings after I've actually loaded all the content. So what I plan on doing is I plan on downloading the Zoom video, uploading it as actual content, and then I have slides. So I will, get those slides as PDF, upload those to Alchemy, and then any extras. Like this week, I actually have a course that I'm actually giving as an extra bonus within this. It's actually an audio book that I have that I'm just like, people should really listen to. It helps set the foundation from a mental perspective. So that's a bonus, which I'll load probably Thursday, and then Friday morning, anybody who missed Wednesday can go back in, watch it before the next Wednesday. So I'd like to at least schedule 2 Wednesday morning, letting people know to come to Wednesday night, and then Friday morning when the content has been loaded after the session. So I'm not sure if you know how to do that, Raf, but I'll definitely kind of connect with you, Mike, or you, Raf, to kind of get those automations in place.
I think Mike is our guy.
Yeah. So that's fine. Just let me know if you guys are free, and we're good to go on that. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready to take this course. I just want to, make sure that, we all have partners on this. I want to start figuring out, also, I want to be more visual. So when week 1 ends, maybe we could do for every week, we have a different graphic or something, like, to share like week 1 in the books or something like that. But it just needs to feel, I'm a part of this group on Facebook that does that. Like they'll do like 10-week challenges and like week 1 recap in the books, not to add more work onto my plate, but just making sure we're constantly engaging with something visual. Men are visual creatures. So making sure that we just don't leave it up to like, hey, go to the course section. It just, they got to see progress. They got to see us talking. That's essential.
Kind of like a time loop of the Zoom videos. I think that's something that won't be too time consuming. Yeah, kind of find a way to chop them up.
Yeah. I'm trying to even get a screen cap of this right now. Every time I do it, Raphael blinks.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's a good question. How do we visually represent within the tool course stuff, right? Availability, completion. That's a good question. I'll think about, at least from mine, right? What can be the visual that I utilize, and then it would just have to be like a post, because I think the last person's course is Tyrone's on Sundays, right? So maybe at the ending or midday Sunday, we send out a week 1 Be Well, Stay Well program, every one session over or something like that. Or
how about like a recap of what the best, like highlighting some takeaways from each course?
Yeah, it literally could be one line. It doesn't have
to. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because we as instructors can give the soundbite from that week's course that we think was the most important, and then we can give it out to whoever's going to do the notification. Or what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because
I think Mike was about to say something about a one-liner.
Yeah. So should we give you the one-liner, Mike, or should
be the one-liner, and then we can just wrap it up in like, I mean, it could be as simple as just posting an image of this at week 1 completed, and then in the actual place where you can write stuff, text, just say, here's what we should achieve for week 1. Raphael shared 5 tips for ab exercises. 2, Arvel gave 3 gave amazing curriculum on blah 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 blah. So I think Tyrone showed us a new yoga pose. So we're not like, it needs to be designed very heavily.
Okay, I'm down.
It's an idea. I can play with it in PicMonkey. I usually make my stuff in PicMonkey. I got to get up on Canva.
If you can use PicMonkey, you can use Canva. Canva is really simple.
Yeah.
It's super simple. Like legit, all you got to do is like figure out what your ideal setup is. The only issue with Canva is like with the text boxes. You know how like in platforms like Word, you can just sort of like highlight an entire whole page and change everything on that page. With Canva, they're individualized boxes and they're formatted. Yeah. So when you want to change stuff, it's simple, but it takes time.
Yeah.
That's my only hang up with Canva. Other than that, it's plug and play, bro.
Yeah, I've been trying to use like the preset templates and then just filling it out. So if I like the way the template looks, I can just adjust the colors, and the font's already what it is. So I'm just going to fill in the words that I want, because I tried that. I tried moving around the text, and it's a nightmare.
No, it's a headache.
Because I'm actually doing my PowerPoint presentations in Canva. And
that's brave. Because when you put it in a presentation, like the way it's lined up does not look the same as when it's in Canva. So like,
yeah. So I've been testing it now, because the thing I do like about Canva is it has active visualizations that can kind of move on the screen while you're there. Likewise, you know what I mean? So that's why I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I have different things that just move, even though it's a flat image. Where PowerPoint, I would need to actually get that. And I don't have on this computer, I don't have PowerPoint Pro. So I was just like, I'll just use Canva. But I'm gonna keep playing around with it.
They also have,
but I like
at the top where if you want to make a poster, you press that. It has the outline for a poster, logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I need. Boom.
Yeah. It's been working out. But I like your idea, Mike, because I think as we build momentum week after week, and I think as users get to see what is covered, they're like, you know what, I missed out. Let me really make sure I join the next one.
I think I had one other idea because, you look in terms of people like recognition, you know what I'm saying? Like people like to be recognized. So I'm thinking like, who is that like sort of student of the week, maybe that's the person that is up on the image, or, we just got to think about ways to appeal to, and this is not in a bad or manipulative way, but appeal to people's egos. People like to be recognized. People like to be, feel like they got some sort of reward. Like, we used to, and I think that, having somebody at the end of the week that we can recognize, guys can recognize, like, yo, I'd like to recognize Omari for, his dedication and participation in this week's courses. That's something on you guys that's just an idea. But man, I'm really looking forward to this stuff. I need it right now. I got to stay focused, man.
I feel like we kind of will see what pops up. May it be like the student of the week that asked the best question from whichever course, or student of the week that was proactive in seeking out assistance or completing the courses. So
you're about to create superlatives, Rafi?
Cooking. Yeah, I'm
not mad at it.
Nah, I like that idea, Raph. I'm gonna pick your brain on that one a little bit more as we move forward, because based on the type of content, right? People may have like really in-depth questions, and that might be the question that benefits the group the most, and so we can highlight that, or it might just be, the person who went hard and completed all their stuff ahead of time. Like, I'm not sure. So
my bad. My brother's flexing on everybody right now at the crib as you speak.
Took the quick.
That's what family's for, man.
I'm over here smiling like, oh, fuck. I'm trying to
try to be serious, but nah, that's what families do, man. Especially when you're doing something important. He's gonna try to make you laugh as much as possible.
Second time. Do you mind? I'm sorry. Do you mind repeating the second half of that? Is that too fucking?
Nah, I was just saying, like, we good. You good? I'm just saying, like, I think we may have a different topic per week of what we highlight, because maybe someone goes really hard and completes all the lessons ahead of time because there's not a lot of questions that week. Or maybe someone asks a really good question, and that is the question that we highlight, saying, "Hey, this person, thank you for your participation. This question was asked by, member XYZ, and the answer was this," and we put it out to benefit everybody.
Then should we look to making the last day of the week, in a sense, Saturday? Because let's say Sunday may be a little bit too late. We kind of can see the whole week. Since, do we have any videos on Saturday?
I don't think so. Let me see.
I don't think so. I think we just have, did we get Omar's time yet? I don't think we have Omar's time.
Nah, man. I
can reach out to him if need be. It's not that I got it.
I know
so
back alternating. Yeah. So Jay, you gonna reach out to him? Who's reaching out to him? Who said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm reaching out to him.
Yeah. I definitely need his time. I need that ASAP, actually. Because at this point, he may have to start next week. We're already.
He's that far behind?
I mean, we're already in the week. I think his stuff was supposed to be. I really think he should.
It was today.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just as confused as you guys. So
okay. Well, either way, to your point, Raph, based on when Omar's day is, if Omar is during the week, then Saturday probably could be the ending, even though Tyrone's day is on Sunday mornings. So technically, Tyrone's first week is this Sunday, which would technically be the starting of the next week.
Got it.
But that doesn't really matter, right? Like, it is what it is.
Just see kind of, I'm speaking out loud right here, so you guys feel free to interject, where like the perfect day that would be to get everybody's content to have time with it. Like, let's say Tyrone does a class, but then he has to go, or he's not able to share it, or we're not able to get his content for that week. So we may leave him out some weeks with content to share. But if he's day one, now we have everything. We've had days to process all the content. So Saturday, we already have everybody to say, okay, cool. This is the pot. This is what we can pick from. Let's move, and then let's share it.
Yeah, for the recap of the week, I agree.
So Saturday is like the deadline for content submission?
In the sense
For the recap.
For the weekend. Okay.
Making Tyrone's the day one so that we make sure we get his content.
Yeah.
And he'll get comfortable with the Zoom apps and calls and all that.
Yeah, I was just looking at the schedule, and we just making sure. I mean, we really have to pay attention to the schedule just as a unit, because we still have other events, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave Friday open, Friday night open, because we do game nights like every other week or something like that. We still have the TED Talk Tuesdays on today. So yeah, we got to figure out the Omar situation. All right, cool. I'm good, man. I'm just, like I said, Raphael, I'm locked in. Arvel, I'm locked in. I'm gonna try to get a accountability partner for your section.
Anybody watching this video, find your accountability partner. They're in this chat. Probably not for this one, but they're definitely in the group.
So talk me through the accountability partner mindset.
So the idea is that you pick someone who is on the same path as you in the same course, and y'all's job is to make sure that y'all each stay on point. So it's like, all right, for example, there's a recording where your accountability partner who finds out, oh, well, it's not actually in the Google Hangouts, it's in Zoom.
Gotcha.
It's your job to make sure that your accountability partner switches over. You got to make sure they get the information. Or it's like, okay, this week for Rafa's course, we're doing abdominals. There's probably going to be some kind of daily exercise that you're supposed to do if you're going to be able to do next week's work. Yo, did you work out today? Yeah, well, okay, I know you had issues with that one motion. Like, do you need help with it? Stuff like that.
Got you. Okay. Got it.
Making it interactive is one thing that us as the teachers need to do. We need to, this is Sam Ovens talks about this. We need to, once we get information from people, may they not share it to the group, DM, or if they just send it to me, I got to say thank you. Make sure you share it with everybody else, because you can show them the accolade. They could get that what's what I'm looking for. They could get that respect there, but then also can help somebody else. So the more we get the information, be like, hey, dude, just make sure you share that on the chat, share that with the group so that everybody can see what's going on and they could get improvement from it. May it be from seeing results, may it be from just asking a question.
So question for you, that's actually a good question. So with your course, Raf, do you plan on opening up the activity feed and the chat within your course so people just post within there, or would you direct people to post their commentary or feedback directly in Alchemy? Because you can have your own separate chat within your course and your own activity feed. Because I saw when you did the welcome post, that's how I kind of looked into the activity feed stuff. And we can open up a chat just for our course and tell people to post it there, and then we kind of have to direct people to always keep looking at the chat, or we can just say not post it in the main page for Alchemy. Which one do you suggest?
That's a very valid point.
I think it's going to be a combination of both,
because your most recent post that you did about yours is in your activity feed. So now I'm always just checking your activity feed.
Okay. So I didn't even know that. I thought it was just posting to Alchemy,
Yeah, you're posting it through your course, so it posts within your activity feed.
Yeah,
it shows up in Alchemy, but it's within your activity feed. And the thing that I like that you helped me learn how to do, it's automatically categorized as the topic. So your topic is, I think it's health. Fitness? Yeah, fitness. So now anything that's fitness related, if you look in the other topics, you'll see the stuff that you posted. So I went back in and I updated mine for business so that now somebody new who looks at the topic and they click on business, they'll see this type of activity churning in that section as well. Because it's now has.
No, I'm sorry, finish your thought.
No, I was just saying, so now that it has that. So I'm just thinking, what are you guys' thoughts on how we tell people to share their feedback within our courses or mainstream?
If we're being honest, I think it is not that hard to copy and paste and put it in both, right? If we're being straight up.
Yeah.
But I do, you want that inner dialogue. You want to create that community within your section, because that's also some guys may not feel comfortable sharing with everybody about their progress and stuff. So I would definitely try to keep your own. Basically, we're trying to build all these different villages within these course sections. And Arvel, you bring up a good point. I don't think that, Tyrone or Talib probably know that every time you change anything or update, it alerts whoever is subscribed to your courses. So probably need to communicate that.
I think before people post, it says, do you want to notify the students?
Yeah. So hopefully they're paying attention, because you can quickly just skip through that one, but I can have a touch base with them. But I'm going to start leveraging my activity feed because I like the way it looks. It keeps everything organized within your course. I have not done any chats yet within the course, but I may start that up by posing a question or something within the course to all the people, and then starting the chat portion. So that way, to your point, Mike, we can have these kind of these micro groups and have people just communicating about it. And then to your point, Raf, like, people can share. If they share with you directly, direct message, I can just say, now post that in the chat window, and I can probably do a screenshot or something, say post that in the chat window so everybody can benefit. And then everybody's benefiting from anybody's commentary, that, especially if it's something that helped them or it's a question. I think we should definitely encourage the questions to be within the group so that everybody benefits, like Sam Evans said. So I like that one. I'm gonna start leveraging that. I'm gonna play around with it today.
The thing is really gonna pick up. It's just about consistency. Anytime that I've started anything, or Manny and Jay will tell you, man, every time we start something new, there's like this shitload of work that happens before that none of you guys see. Like even
and
just
it's
the
never
idea
fun.
of it, like
it's never fun.
We just, it's like bringing out, Jay, it's like bringing out the birthday cake, like motherfucker, like, hey everybody, happy birthday! And it's like, we were just at each other's throats before, trying to figure out, should we get chocolate cake, vanilla cake, or lemon cake? So
literally,
with that,
and which midget was gonna jump out the cake?
Right. I have a whole.
Whose birthday is it?
The fact that this is being recorded, I don't even want to say what I'm about to say right now.
Hold up, I can pause it.
Yeah, by the way, but I meant. Little people. All right, but this is this is low and slow with this. Like, I think right now the vein that specifically Raphael, you, and Arvel are in, where y'all are constantly like ideating and just sort of like tinkering, figuring out how to tweak, just keep that creative synergy going. Because the longer you sustain this, the more it's easy for you to become like hypercritical of yourself. And then you start to chip away at like that creative purity, and it stops becoming fun, and you stop innovating, and then people stop giving a crap about watching the modules. So just keep it as light as possible, keep it as innovative as possible, and you'll be more than fine. I mean, based on what y'all have pushed out already, we all know the least of our worries. It'll just be our responsibility from like our side to make sure that we can continue to push it and continue to encourage like the rest of our brothers to pay attention, and then the rest kind of handle themselves.
Word. Okay, understood. Well, I know
Hit it.
talking to Raph, just, as I'm watching him build his course, it just keeps me feeling more creative and things I can add and how I can tweak. I definitely did get into a point where I was like in my head. I was texting Mike, and he was just like, just go for it, man. I was in my head, like I could not figure out how to convey what I wanted to convey
And you had probably already conveyed it, by the way.
Exactly. But in my mind, I was like, I don't know if this is good enough. Like, what should I do, right? And then I'm just like watching Raph just banging stuff out, and I'm like, I can't stop. I need to keep moving forward. I got to push through whatever my blockage is mentally by doing, right? And the motivation is seeing, my colleagues also circumventing these hurdles, like coming up with ideas. It definitely has helped me. So I see you already put out day 2, Raph, and I'm sure you have day 3 through damn near 2 weeks already preloaded, right? So I'm on day 4 of creating my slides. It feels like when you have to do a PowerPoint presentation for work, like I am OCD anal right now on my PowerPoints, and I don't need to be, but I'm trying to keep it light, right? So, but I want the content to be very well received, and I literally have practiced my PowerPoints a couple of times. So I'm like, do I need that bullet point there? Can I remove that? Just so that it's whittled down, it's very simple, because I honestly don't know what to expect from the group, and if the group's going to, get more information out of these conversations as to just consuming information that I put on the screen. So this first 2, I think, will help me learn if I need to adjust my approach for the rest of the.
We have 10 minutes. Do you want to bust a screen share real quick so we can check it out and let you know? And then that way you can walk away from this call with like more clarity.
Yes, I have absolutely no problem doing that. Do me a
But we here now. We're not going to get any less occupied as time progresses. So
agreed. I'm going to log out and log back in from my computer. Give me like 2 seconds.
While he's doing that, Raphael, I know you had something you wanted to say before I jumped in. What were you going to say?
I damn near forgot. All I know is Friday night, I'm going to be drinking. It's my birthday. We got to share a shot. That's it.
Whoa,
Black label. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm going to be drinking.
Speaking of drinking.
Oh, wait. This is health. This is health and wellness recap.
Brother, I'm well.
So what you have there, we have to take a shot on Friday.
Yeah, let's do it. Your birthday is when?
This Friday.
Oh man. Oh, we gotta do Zoom, brother. We gotta.
Do we have a game night tonight? I mean, not tonight. Sorry, this Friday.
Looking right
now. Yeah, I know, but like my phone's not right in front of me. I was too lazy to pick it up.
But yeah, I forgot completely what I was gonna say. No big deal.
No game night.
Let me pause this for some recording. Yeah, okay. Thank you, JD, for this content of information. I appreciate it.
All about effectiveness, fellas.
Take the reins, brother.
All right, about to share right now.
Go for it.
I took a picture of this. I'm gonna post it on IG and the Alchemy page.
Yeah, see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so JD, what are your thoughts? You want me to just kind of high level walk through the slides?
What is it that
yeah, high level, just give me 10,000 square foot view. Oh, and Mike, by the way, this is the Canva layout. So.
Oh, that's Canva.
So this is Canva. So this is my PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So if I press present, I like the tile view presentation. This is what I'm going to go through tomorrow. So this is my slides. And then as I go through it, I talk about just introduction. I have a section where I talk about me, who I am, give a little bit of background, start talking about how the course is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
hey, pause real quick. Go back to the first one. So I would the story and background, just because for slides, I don't like to have more than 3 to 4 bullet points on any slide, because people don't like to read and their attention spans are crazy short.
Okay.
The overview is good. For the story and background, I would either combine some of those or like make at least the 7 phases in the business plan strategy like subtext of what is BizMind Academy. So at least they know it's related.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah, I can tell. It's just I know most people don't like to pay attention to stuff like that. So like the
Can you
more
see
you,
this? Can you guys
yeah, I
still
see
see
it.
this?
Yeah.
What do you see?
Topics to cover week 1, mind strategy, mind discipline, mind.
Hold up. So, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to actually do this. Thank you for agreeing to this. So this document is my talking points. So the slides are high level. This is actually how I'm going to flush out and talk about everything. So to your point, yeah, BizMind, those two are actually underneath BizMind. So I'll just take those high level ones out. I'll take out phase, I'll take this out, and I'll just leave BizMind, and then I can cover what I want to cover in there. So that was my
I would leave those in your talking points. Just like change the way that it's presented on the slide itself.
okay.
You don't actually have to remove them. You can just like make them sub points of what is BizMind. So at least people make that association. So when you talk, they know it all runs together.
Got you.
Like if you know you're gonna mention something and you're not gonna overflood the page, that's perfect. Because let's say
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want the pages to have too much written content. You guys can still see my screen, right?
yeah.
Yep.
I don't want the pages to have too much written content. So then I go through like the developmental stages of the mind and human beings.
Yeah.
So victim stage, then your awakening, then you got the introspection stage where you go deeper, you practice affirmations. Then you have the transcendent stage, which is where people like dedicate their life to serving others. And so then the whole section, as you see, we have 2 topics, which is the stages and then what is your reason. But what is your reason is the whole course, right? So just an FYI for you guys, this book, The Gap in the Game by Dan Sullivan, I actually am going to give inside the course, I'm going to give the first week, the first lesson, but I actually have the whole thing. And I want to offer it to everybody. Like it's an audio book. It's a really good book.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. So I loaded in the week 1 into I will load in week 1 into Alchemy already because I couldn't load the full audiobook. It's 2.5 hours and it said it was too big. But I have them as like it's 10 chapters, so I have all the chapters, so I can give that to anybody. But I'm loading this first chapter as a part of it, and it basically talks about this thing called the gap in the game, right? And most of us, I'm sure, actually Sam Ovens is the one that mentioned this originally to me, where he talks about the gap, and the reason why people seek courses is because they see there's a gap in their lifestyle and they need to go from where they are now to where they want to be, right? And so that's the flip for us as business people. We need to understand the way our consumers think, and that's what this whole gap is about. But the actuality is, even though our consumers think that way, and that's the focus of this course, is we don't want to think that way. We don't want to measure our lives with lack, right? And so the Zen approach to this week's course is to flip that and say, we actually want to avoid that gap. We don't want to look at our life for the gaps that exist. And then I go into why, and I talk through like different people who have overcome their gap of seeing who they are and seeing where they are. And then I talk through the fact that I'm actually going to be trying to talk people out of becoming entrepreneurs because being an entrepreneur is a hard ass job. And if this is not a passion and it's driven by true desire to serve, you're just setting yourself up for a lot of hardship. A lot of people think that entrepreneurship is a quick thing, that they can make a quick buck. There's a lot of other ways to make money than just trying to be an entrepreneur. Like it has to be something that's your calling. So now the whole what is your reason focus is to really dig deep and have people kind of understand, like, are they doing this for the wrong reasons? And then I have some additional, failing is a topic we talk about tomorrow, which is like if you're afraid of failure, entrepreneurship is really not for you, because you can't be afraid of failure, right? Raph, Mike, anybody can tell you, like, you fail more with entrepreneurship. And if you can look at your perspective and say, yeah, I get that, that's fine with me, then you can understand that failure is a part of the journey. It's actually playful, right? Like playing a video game, you're fine failing, but most people are not, right? Most of us actually seek to become experts in a field because we don't want to fail. We want to know everything. And then it just continues to talk about knowledge and why you need knowledge. And then the big tip for this week is the backwards gap. And then questions. This is where I bring in the Simon Sinek thing, and I actually have a link to that in the data I'm going to load inside Alchemy. And then Q&A. And then I created.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
For the Cynic thing, you say you're going to load it into Alchemy. Is that something you're going to have them watch before they get to?
So
like,
this is
section?
this is actually something I'm going to say as bonus. Like if you want to, because we're going to talk about it a little bit. I have some talking points to talk about it, and I'm going to say, hey, if you've never heard of it, if you've never seen it, I have a link to it. You can watch it on your free time. So just referential. So it's just reference. But
okay, perfect. So you're not going to like hyperlink that or anything or play it during the session.
No.
Okay,
it's just,
cool.
It's just going to be extra. And then I tried to create this little graphic, which again, this is me using Canva trying to be creative, but this is like the ending. I'm going to end my slides with always this, where you can see all of our courses listed on a phone, and just visit all course content, register for all available courses. Just kind of close it like that.
Can you do me a favor and send me that image to the left? Actually, send me this entire image, please.
Yes? Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, the whole thing is clean.
That's fire.
That's what my Canva's dope.
This is your fault, bro.
How?
Because I saw what you was doing, and I was like, originally I was just gonna talk, right? And then I was like, I can't just talk. I gotta come correct. I gotta really make sure I'm giving value. And we had that conversation about providing value, and I was like, I wasn't taking the time to really go as hard as I could. And then Raph's like, nah, man, you gotta come hard. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me go hard. And then this started. So now. So
yeah, no, you did your thing, man. I'm so impressed by Canva that you can actually, moving graphics and stuff like that within your presentations.
Yeah, so this thing right here, which is dope, like you can just go here and then you can just download. Like if you want to download it as an image, you can download it as an image. This PDF, I'm just gonna download it as a JPG. Like it's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna get you this image and send it to you. But like, yeah, I started doing all of my stuff in Canva, man, because I have like coupons, marketing material. I created this little button so people can click on my stuff so I can post stuff. Like I'm just playing around. I created this little flyer because Raph gave me the idea. I'm working on launching my mobile app, and I created this quick little flyer so I can have the mobile app available. Like everything in Canva is preset templates, so you just adjust the template.
So, Jay, I'm thinking right now, man, because we've been doing these lives on our Facebook page. And, you guys are becoming, I feel like this is like a training ground for like the next wave of leadership. And
it is. This is Professor X's school for gifted youngsters.
Professor Xavier's school for the gifted. And, I think that we should consider during this 3-month thing to go live with you guys in separate times, just to talk through things that speak to what's affecting men right now. One of the things that I feel like I've been preparing for this time for like years. Like I wanted all my businesses virtual. I remember having this conversation 3 years ago with the lady, like, I don't want a physical business. I've been there, done that, and it's just hard to maintain. When things like this happen, you have no control. So I think a lot of people, and I've been getting hit up like crazy with just people wanting advice, but a lot of people are trying to figure out how to make money online, how to start up a virtual business, and there's steps to it, right? But also the mindset, right? And what Biz Minded is doing is definitely helping people with not only the basic functions of running a business, but your mindset. Like you talked to them and gave them real talk about entrepreneurship is pretty much a marathon, and not just a short jog. You know, people want to be millionaires in 36 months. You know, it's like, bro, it don't rock like that. It took one of my
Ponzi scheme.
Took one of my friends 18 years. And
I wish, right? I wish it was that easy, but I'm trying to level set so people understand, like, yeah, you could be lucky, but just because you're lucky doesn't mean, you know, that's how it's going to actually happen for all of us. And there are other people that need to understand that you might make money within your first 6 months. Doesn't mean you have a successful business, right? So these are the type of things I really want to talk through. So, before we keep going, how's my audio coming directly from my computer?
You're good.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I plan on using the Yeti mic as well, just to make sure it comes out clean.
Yeah, I have that mic. I gotta get the cord for that damn mic. So I
write that down.
Yeah, I want to definitely consider doing like a live with, you know, maybe if I think, you know what, we haven't utilized Instagram live yet. And I want to utilize all the platforms. So maybe it would be wise to do it, because we're doing a Facebook Live at the end of the month. I don't want to give free away too much. So what I want to do is, I think a good idea would be maybe to go live with either one of you guys at different times, just to discuss business real quick. And then obviously this is to lead to a sale, so they can sign up to be Alchemy by MasterMind Connect members. Okay. And then, you know, maybe just a sales strategy, marketing sales strategy that we use. So we introduce you, obviously. I'm just talking specifically to Arvel right now because you're talking. But maybe we could put that together for next week. It's just like, you know, how to start a, you know, something that appeals to people that have lost their jobs, or maybe, or, you know, looking to start something outside of their 9 to 5.
Yeah, I mean, so
I don't want to hog the creativity.
Yep. Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, Raph, this was your session. I appreciate you letting me just kind of show and get some feedback from everybody. Very much appreciated. Thank you, JD, for the pointers. I made the adjustments. Gonna keep making some additional adjustments based on just this conversation. So Raph, thank you. Keep going hard because you're helping me raise my bar. Definitely appreciate it. I appreciated that kick, man. I did. So, yeah, this is your session. I know we're over the hour, but let me know what else you got for us.
We can wrap up. I actually have a call I got to attend to. I didn't want to cut off the synergy, the energy. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions related to health and wellness? We good?
Good to go, man.
Awesome.
Gotta get my accountability partner.
Right. Everybody find their partner. Besides that, let's keep on growing. Friday, even though this is wellness, I'm going to be drinking some of this. I'm going to be expecting a FaceTime. We're going to take a shot, Mike. That's it.
So I got red. You got black. I got red. So I'll shot with you on the black.
I'm twisted.
Let's go.
I have nothing but rum in this house. So that's what I'm doing.
Love it. I love it. I'll see you guys soon. Let me stop this recording. Thank God we stopped it multiple times, and I'll share it.
Yeah.